Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahushai, Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahushai, Barakata Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Ba'ashem, Kalkadash. Double honors and salutations to the elders and apostles and bishops of Great Stone, to the Akim Akwat, tried four corners of the earth, holding on in sincerity and in truth to the gospel of the Lord Mashaki Yahushai in these days and times. This Brahmanesha DC camp, another lesson for the hopeful elect. Yep, so the whole kingdom of Babylon is building up with confusion, all right? It's building up with animosity. The tension for division is just getting wider and wider and wider, and rightly so, all right? And the Lord has put a spirit in the minds of the elites that run Babylon to be an adversary to the people, and that is also causing the people to become an adversary to the elites that run Babylon, right? So you have that clash, the clash of perspectives. You have a clash of ideas, a clash of values, and it's getting very interesting, as we prophesy the downfall of Babylon, the downfall of the so-called white man's rulership, right? So it's only a matter of time that we begin to see that animosity, you know, create a huge spark. Yeah, so it's just the prophecy that we've been looking forward to for a long time. Yeah, so we read from the book of Job, chapter 20, verse 20. It says, surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. All right, so the elites are not going to be able to maintain their composure. All the pride and all the grandstanding and the opulent lifestyle would not be able to be a focus for them anymore, man, because the Lord is pulling away that sense of security away from them, and they are going to be dealt with because the times of righteousness is fast approaching. So there has to be more space has to be given for righteousness, man. It's like you're bringing in the new to push out the old. So you have that push. The push for righteousness is compounding across the earth. All right, there's that call, for fairness, justice, and equity, and all that stuff. And that is just what is going on. And the elites are getting nervous. That's why they're in a rush to do a lot of things. They're in a rush to pull out all types of gimmicks to slow down the people's momentum. But it's not going to change anything, all right? The Lord has already set up the elites to fall. So whatever decision they make, it's always going to be an opposite reaction. And the people are responding not because they want to respond that way, it's because the Lord has to make them to do his bidding. All right. So now the CEOs are upset that now they are becoming the focus of the people. But it doesn't end there. So-called congressmen and senators that have been taking money from these corporations, they're gonna be on the list too. So it's just part of prophecy. It's part of the cycle that the Lord has set in place. So Scripture talks about with great violence shall Babylon be thrown down. So before the nuclear missiles hit, man, the people have to exercise their right to seek for justice. They're no longer going to depend on the courts because they know that the courts are misleading, right? And that, you know, they have to, they're going to have to do something. They don't want to stay idle anymore because they've uh, they've lived a whole life of being canned to the side by an oppressive system, right? Job 20 and 20, surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save of that which he desired. Yeah, so every accomplishment that these elites have worked hard for, they will not be able to maintain control over it. All right, they will not be able to enjoy it as they always wanted to in the past centuries, in the past decades. All right, why? Because the times of righteousness is dawning upon the earth. And what does that have to do? you know, with the will of the people. It's not really the will of the people, it's the will of the Lord. The Lord has to purge the earth, right? So there has to be an indicator to show that something is coming up on the horizon. When something positive is coming, you start feeling a change in the vibration. All right, you start seeing certain shifts, and that's the reason why you hear about protests. For a proper living standard. You hear about protests for safety and security and all that stuff. You also hear about an end to corruption, not just here in Babylon, but across the four corners of the earth. Why? Because the puppets on this world, they are feeling the uh, the wrath of the people, and it's only a matter of time that they get to see, whose wrath they've been waiting to hire from. All right, so it's gonna be a beautiful journey. As you see the Lord tear down the power of the elites of Esau. You hear the senators and the congressmen screaming that they need more law enforcement to crack down against the people. But how far are they willing to go? You know, beheading people, it's nothing new. Killing people, it's not nothing new. But they can't hold on as they want to. Why? Because the angels of the Lord are coming back to take over. To take the kingdom out of the hands of Esau. And when people are beginning to realize that white supremacy, man, so-called white supremacy is just another form of the elite staying in power. Now they understand when Jake at the bottom, so-called Negroes, so-called Latino, and so-called Native Americans talk about white supremacy. So now these Edomites are beginning to understand what so-called white supremacy is all about, all right? And what the collateral damage would be. So it's only a matter of prophecy that you just have to be patient and observe how the Lord will allow things to pan out because, it's going to get bad, it's going to get ugly. All the deception that Esau's been pushing, it's going to come to a point where the people will no longer want to go along with it, and they keep on pushing legislation to further take away the people's rights. Unnecessary legislation, but it's all part of prophecy. The serpent has to become prideful and arrogant before the Lord shuts down his whole operation. All right, so it's just part of the journey. Part of the process. That the Lord has set for the downfall of the serpent. All right. So the so-called white man is on his way out. He feels the slipperiness. In the in his footsteps, and is upset that he cannot maintain a grip. So what's he gonna do? He's gonna be desperate to cause all types of mayhem upon the face of the earth. So we go to the book of Proverbs, chapter 11 and 26. Yeah, it says, "He that withholdeth corn, the people shall curse him." And that's what you hear, that's what you see on the comment board. And the media is upset that a lot of people are voicing their opinion against the elites. And, it's just a matter of time that, they're going to start hearing some super duper commentary, man, that's going to shake them to the core. And that's going to be from the prophets of the Lord. Yeah, man, because the scriptures is just cutting them up. That's the reason why they pushing the this social media platforms to shadow ban, certain videos that brothers do, videos that brothers upload, certain lessons and all that stuff, and they're just desperate, they're upset, they're nervous, and when you come face to face with them, they like to pretend as if they don't know what's going on, but it's just part of the journey. The men of the Lord are not out there looking for Edomites to curse out and destroy and all that stuff. You're just prophesying that this is what's going to happen to them, and they don't really like it. You know, they don't like it, but hey, it's just how the Lord has set it up. You're not supposed to, think ignoring the words of the Lord will fix the problem. Will prevent the word of the Lord from coming to pass. Ignorance is not a prevention. It's not a form of protection. You know, yeah, ignorance does not equal safety. And that's one thing a lot of people are finding out in these last days. All right, because remember, knowledge is a defense when you apply it, you know, the right way. But when the elites have the knowledge, it doesn't benefit them because it wasn't meant for them to make use of. Just like, we have access to the scriptures, they understand some prophecies, but they cannot take advantage of it because it wasn't meant for them at a certain point anymore to be beneficial. That's a time limit for which they're going to benefit from certain things on the earth. But now they cannot benefit like they used to, and they are upset. All right, so you move on. Yep, you move on, and you have to make way for the new for the new breed of rulers upon the face of the earth. And it's just how the Lord set it up, man. The cycle has to continue. They're trying to stop the cycle, but it doesn't work that way. All right, the contamination is at the all-time high. So the Lord has to bring about purification, and that's what the prophets represent. The Spirit of the Lord, His Word, has to purify the earth, has to purify the heavens, and that's the stage that we are beginning. Okay, so a lot of people are gonna be upset and nervous and bitter that it's over for them. All right, so Proverbs 11 and 26: He that withholdeth corn, the people shall curse him, but blessing shall be upon the head of him that selleth it. Yep, and that shows you that's a huge difference between the forces of evil and the forces of righteousness. All right. So as a man of the Lord, when you're prophesying, you're giving people the knowledge that you have. You're sharing it. You're being clear and transparent. At least some people say we don't like it, but at least they know. But the elites of Esau, they don't really care about prophecy. They don't pretend not to care about prophecy in the face of the people, but in the background they're working against it. That's just how scared they are. So what do you think? That is going through their mind. They feel as if they are failures, and that they are failures. The failure is going to continue to increase and increase and increase and increase because the end is coming to the forefront. They're getting exposed. That's why they have all these three-letter agencies, you know, working overtime to try to stifle the momentum of the people across the earth. All right. So it's just another opportunity for us to pay attention because they have to start these wars. These wars are part of their agenda to derail the progress of the people, but it's still part of the progress that the Lord has set in motion. All right, so this chaos is from the Lord, you know, to deceive the uh, the elites of this world. They think they're in control of the chaos, of the violence that they are bringing, but it's the Lord's violence. All right, and the Lord is gonna show them that they've been taken for a ride. All right, and that's a beautiful thing, man. So you're gonna see them upset a lot, so you just have to learn to be patient in the spirit and just be observant to see how they operate. So from the book of Second Ezra, chapter 15, and then you read verse 18. What does it say? For because of the pride of for because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled. All right. So the arrogancy of the proud will cause the cities to be troubled. The elites that control the cities, these countries, these nations that are working so hard against the will of the Lord is gonna fall. It's gonna plummet into some huge tribulation, uh, moments. Say moments of disaster is gonna be overwhelming them, and they're not gonna be able to shake it off. All right, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. All right, yeah. So, destruction of property, destruction of neighborhoods. You know, just like you see folks looting palaces of Saddam, of Assad, of Gaddafi. That's what it's gonna be like. When folks are looting the homes of these senators and congressmen and all these CEOs, prime ministers. Buckingham Palace. It's gonna be hilarious, man. Before the saints, when you see the downfall of Esau, man. Folks are gonna be going into these castles, man, looking for the elites. That's how jacked up these times is gonna be, and it's just gonna be a sad time for them. All right, Senate buildings and chambers and all the Supreme Court buildings, all that stuff. It's on the list of the Lord. You know, places that have to be visited and torn apart. By the people that are frustrated with the system, and that's just prophecy. We just say that like it is, man. Because when you prophesy about the downfall of your enemy, and you start seeing snippets of it on the news, they get upset and angry at you because they see the Spirit of the Lord speaking through you, and there's nothing they can do to upset the prophecies, all right? It's not my words, it's the words of the Lord. The Lord has to push out his judgment on certain individuals and use them as examples so that others will know that he is coming for them also. All right. So that's another one thing you have to always consider. All right. So we go to the book of Ecclesiastes. We read chapter 3 and verse 15. What does it say? That which had been is now, and that which is to be had already been. And the Most High requireth that which is past. And that's just what it is. You know, the Lord always hold people accountable. All right. So I see no reason why, these Edomite elites should be exempted from the Lord's judgment, since the Lord is bringing accountability upon the face of the earth. Yeah, so the Lord has to make an example of the elites of Esau's kingdom. So it has to fall apart, man. You know, righteousness has to destroy the the corruption that has taken hold of the people's mind. And Esau is desperate, he's angry, he's frustrated, and you're gonna see him pushing some more draconian legislation. Why? Because he's angry at the Lord. You know, he's angry. He's frustrated that the Lord is sending signs, he's showing signs in the heavens and on the earth and in the waters, even in the visions. You know, and it's a beautiful thing to know that the Lord is not asleep. The Lord has set forth an opportune time to show His power upon the earth. All right. Yeah. So the judgment that is coming for this elite is horrible. It's horrible, man. It's all the triple D's is nothing compared to what the Lord is bringing. You know, they can try to intimidate the people all they want, but it's not going to stop the Lord's judgment from, picking them off. You know, and the ultimate judgment is them being taken into captivity, and I don't like that. Okay, so hey, you have to build up their composure to start, you know, living a new life of day laborers, man. You know, working on that cotton field, man, picking up grapes and vegetables and all that stuff, going into the mines and digging up treasures just to appease the pleasure of the elect, the children of Israel. Yeah, so-called Negroes, so-called Latinos, so-called Native Americans in the kingdom. So are they upset? You know, all the riches that they've amassed over the centuries, they have to transfer it over. And this one thing they hate so bad, man. You know, so it's just how the Lord operates. You know, the Lord has to transfer power. You know, at some point in time. So that's what we're looking forward to, man. You could feel it in your spirit. There's a transfer of power, you know, coming the way of the elect. Just because your bank account is looking funny, that doesn't stop the Lord transferring that power and put it upon you, just like the blessing rested upon the head of Jacob and unto his 12 sons. You could feel it; it's coming. You already feel the what do you call it, the sensation, the vibration. You could feel the what you call it, man, the foresight. That your current state of being is changing. Certain qualities, certain fruits of the spirits are becoming enhanced, and sooner or later, you're gonna notice what it is. All right. So we move to the book of Jeremiah, chapter 23 and 24. And this is what it says: Can any hide himself in secret places that I cannot see him? Said the Lord. Do not I fill heaven and earth? Said the Lord. Yeah, so that's one thing. If the prophets cannot hide from the Lord, what makes you think that the unrighteous can hide from the Lord? Yeah, so they have to be held to a standard of accountability, and they don't want that. They just want to do as they please. But the Lord has already said that, what, it's time for the standard, to be reflected upon the face of the earth. That's why the people are calling now for a fair system. They are protesting against all these multi-billion-dollar multinational corporations, and it's getting ugly for the elites of this world. And the people's, the Lord is unlocking the minds of these people, and that's exactly what's, keeping these elites of Esau awake at night. That the Lord is unlocking their minds, and that's the reason why they have to ban, the TikTok platform and any other platform like Africa Stream, or see how they can manipulate it to curtail the rise of the people. So it's just part of that journey, to notice the fall of Babylon, the fall of Babylon's stooges, the fall of the owners of Babylon. So the Lord has already revoked the lease of Babylon. So Babylon's on its way out. Babylon is being liquidated before the Lord. So it's going to be an exciting moment in prophecy, as we are waiting upon the Lord, Yahweh Kakadash, to show more of his power. And it's just going to be excellent, man, to know that the Lord has not forgotten his servants, his people. And, Esau has to pay. There is no amount of frustration and pleading that they can do to withhold, that spirit of justice from making its rounds around the four corners of the earth. So them launching missiles and trying to change the course of justice is not gonna it's not gonna have an effect. Why? Because the Lord is gonna deliver his elect, from everywhere they are. And that's one thing the elites of Esau do not want to happen. So they're going to try everywhere they can to see what they can do. But the Lord has said that they're not going to be able to accomplish that. And they are nervous, they are frustrated, and they're just acting out of character. So you just have to learn, to see the frustration in their eyes. So that's the point that Akim, Esau's angry, he's upset that his kingdom is slipping away out of his grip because the Lord is awakening the minds of the people, whether it's the minds of the heathen protesting against the elites of this world, or it's the minds of the elect, waking up to who they are as Israelites. So Tada Yabashima Shaba Shuma Kakadash for this opportunity, and we look forward to more prophecies coming to pass. Shalom.